There you go. Hello. Anyone in the chat when no one should be here? But there probably are people that are hearing me. What? Do? Hello. Hello, everyone. Guys, I've fallen off. 81 viewers. Hi. How are you? Hello. How is everyone? We're gonna do an analysis. So gotta wait for people to come in, but this is just the video. The video. Hello. Has been has been a long time. I don't know. When's the last time I streamed? The subathon, right? The hour-long subathon. Or I guess it was a couple hours. That was fun. Yes, welcome. Welcome. Hello. Thanks for all the subs. How have you guys been? Good? You guys enjoy the Manhunt? So we'll have spoilers, so if you haven't seen the Manhunt, you should watch it, and then you can watch this VOD after. So we'll have spoilers. I'm pretty good. Thank you for asking. Loved it. That's good. Welcome. Welcome to this. All right. Do I just start? I could just start already. We'll get into it. Fine. There's enough people here. There's enough people here. It's fine. If you haven't seen the Manhunt yet, there's spoilers. So go watch it. Come back. Watch the VOD later. Watch the Manhunt. It's more important right now. You haven't seen it yet. So but I will watch it. Well, we're not gonna watch it. I'll just like skip through it, talk about certain parts. You know, I don't think anyone wants to sit here and watch. Maybe you would, but watch the for an hour. Talk about literally everything in it. So I'm not gonna do that probably, but I will skip around. Talk about it. Talk about usually what I do in these like analysis is I just like talk about like my thought process, their thought process, things that happened, how things happened, why things happened, that type of thing. And then also just like talking about things people are like oh my god, this is fake for certain reasons. So I always every time there's like a couple things and it's like, okay, let's talk about it. It's fun. I like it. It's exciting. Yeah. Okay. So off the beginning, I get punched. I think it was by like Mr. Halo or something. Was it? I think it was Bad. Bad punches me, which is illegal, by the way. He broke the rules. He's not allowed to punch me until I have started going. So Bad, he's a muffin. He is a muffin. He broke the rules. It's not allowed. He did punch me. Luckily, I was gonna go this way anyway because there was trees, and that's kind of where I wanted to go towards. The other way, there wasn't any trees. So ended up being fine. Maybe it was a little bit of a boost. But what if I didn't? If I didn't want to go that way, then he would have messed me up. So luckily, I did want to go that way. We got some classic tunes here. What if I didn't want to go this way? Trance music for racing game. I tried purposely this time to use a lot of the old timey music and the songs that kind of made Manhunt, helped make Manhunt what it is, just because I was like, kind of nostalgic. It's like the last one, so it'd be cool. It'd be cool to do that. It's like I was like, I couldn't find a good starting song, and then I was with George and Nicole, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna use. Do. He started laughing, and I was like, all right. And I threw it in there, and I was like, does it fit? It did. So. Yeah, I'm able to get I'm able to get one log, and then I'm like, all right, good enough for me. They're about to get me up on this tree, and I didn't want to take fall damage, which I ended up doing anyway because Sapnap like yeets me off the cliff. But yeah, and then barely made it in there in the water. And be skipping ahead. I used the wood here because I didn't see like a good way up, and I knew George was pretty close to me, and I didn't want to get wrecked. So I was like, fine, I'll use my wood, even though it's an advantage to have it. I'll use it. It's fine. Yeah, I got a shovel there and some boots, and I was like, oh, a shovel, perfect. There's like no trees here. I can get some dirt maybe. I didn't actually, because I said I could kill them with it, but I wasn't gonna fight them because I wanted to use the shovel to get dirt quickly because there was no trees. He runs out of hunger. I'm getting some dirt. I'm fighting him. I didn't really want this dirt, but I didn't know how much dirt he had. And then he dropped it, and I go back, and it's just one dirt, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess that wasn't really worth fighting him, but I broke more. I see a tree up in the distance there. There's a tree right there. I was like, all right, I'm gonna get this tree. And Savnet was just being an idiot. I don't know why, but he was. I just realized I didn't have time because he was too close to me, and then I went down here. This is all pretty simple. I'm just explaining this stuff. Very. I tower up.
Oh my gosh! He's stuck here. He's stuck. Keep an eye on him. Who has a crafting bench? I have nothing. I have one.
Obviously, I was sitting here. The reason I towered up high is I was looking to see if there's anything. I was trying to. Right at this point, I was like, all right, maybe I can somehow. I didn't have many blocks. I thought I was kind of screwed. But I did think like maybe there's something I can try and go towards. Like if I saw like as an example, like even just like this cave is useful. There's there's water over here. There's like something in the distance over there. It looks like a tree. There's like mountains. Also maybe there was something I would see that'd be useful. That's why I was towering up and going in F5 mode and looking. But I didn't really see anything. I didn't gain much information. I just looked around. I was like, yep, it's a desert. I was looking at my iron nuggets. I was like, okay, I could make a flint and steel, but I need a crafting bench. I used my wood. That's annoying.
If he goes anywhere, George, I'm blaming you. It's gonna take like 10 years to get down from there. George, do not.
I mean, I had my boots, but they were useless. I didn't have anything. I was just like, all right, I can maybe get down. I think I was thinking. And so I decided to break all the way down here, and I was just trying to decide maybe I could grab their furnace. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know what they're cooking, or if they had any. I don't even remember if they had started cooking yet. But I wasn't sure. So I was kind of sitting here like, do I go down? Do I not? Am I at this point in Manhunt? Like obviously we record a bunch, so like 9 out of 10 times in the beginning or more in this instance I would just be dead. Like a lot of times in Manhunt at the very beginning you'll just have nothing. Like if you have nothing and you go to a desert and you have no trees or anything, like you're just dead. Like there's nothing you can do. So I was kind of sitting here like, all right, I'm just gonna die here. Like this is definitely the end. But I'm still looking because I'm like, okay, maybe there's some way out that I can cheese my way out of. But and then they come with full diamond. Well, it's not full diamond, but I think Ann has a chest plate. Also need has a chest plate and leggings. And they toss them armor. So, all right, I'm about to give away something that I've never said before. That now that Manhunt's over, this is an interesting tidbit. This will pull back the curtains a little bit. But that audio you're hearing, that's not from this Manhunt. That audio that you're hearing right now, where I'm going, what? That's from the first time that they ever did the diamond trick to me. And that has happened in a lot of the Manhunts. Your ears deceive you, okay? Where you'll hear something happening, and I'm playing audio from an old recording or from a different recording that happened that we didn't end up using or whatever that I save. Because otherwise our reactions are not good all the time throughout every Manhunt ever. They're just not perfect. They're not good. Like you get a clutch where I'll do a clutch and they've already seen me do that clutch. And then I'll throw their reaction from the first time they saw me do that clutch that no one saw. But now I'm using that reaction because it's the best reaction where they're yelling and screaming and saying, oh my God. Sometimes that's not the case. Other times it is. So it's just edited in. Like, so in this case, like me saying like their reactions are their reactions, but my reaction was not that. It's like, I think, I don't know where it exactly cuts in, but it cuts back to my natural reaction. But otherwise it'd just be like, oh God, why are you doing this again? And then to the viewer, it's dumb because to the viewer, it's like, whoa, we haven't seen this before. How are you saying you did this again? They've never done this. So it's a little bit of movie magic there to make the videos better, make it more exciting. So in some cases, like I remember the lava boat trick. That was the first time I'd done that. But for a lot of other like traps or tricks or things like that, or where I do something, it's not the first time I've done it or the first time I've done something like that. And so it might not be their first time seeing it, so maybe they all say something like, oh, he's doing the dumb this thing again, where it's like, that's the first time I've done this in a video, so that doesn't make sense. And so there'll be overlaid audio of them saying whatever their reaction was the first time. So there's a little bit of pulling back the curtains there. But yes, they've done this before, but not to this extent. I was actually surprised because they had a lot more than they've done. But when we were recording this, there was a couple times they tried this. It wasn't always like as successful as, this time was. But they did try and do this diamond trick multiple times. And so this was not the first time that I had seen them do this. And I figured off the beginning that there's a chance that they were doing it because we spawned in a place that had rivers and stuff. And so I was like, all right, they could be doing a diamond trick. And that's why you don't hear me up to this point being like uber confused about like where they are or anything. You don't hear me going like, where's Ant? Where's Awesome Dude? Because I knew I had an idea of what they were doing because they had been doing it to me the previous day when we were recording and getting diamonds and crap, and it was very annoying. And obviously they got better at it. And that's something as well, is that people were saying on Reddit and elsewhere, I think Illumina said on his stream that this is patched. And actually the original guy who made it says patched fully in 1.18, which is the version that we play on. And he made a comment saying the guy who found the glitch made a comment saying I'm unaware of any way to repair this for 1.18. So we're saying oh, it's fake because of that. But one second, let me switch my Minecraft. Switch to my Minecraft. Where do I want to go? Thumbnail. It's just I checked. So this is just a spot that a random spot that I picked. But on our servers, it works. Now there's a different number of blocks, but I'm going to show you. I'll teach you how to do it because then I tried in survival and it worked in survival. So I'm pretty sure that it works. I'm going to do it and it's not going to work, but you need chunk borders. So it's F3G. If you press F3G on your keyboard at the same time, it shows you where the chunks are. And again, I didn't find this glitch. They didn't find this glitch. But I asked Sam, who's the one who did it for them, and he said that it does work on this version on 1.18. It's just a different number of blocks. So I will show you. I'll just go into survival world and do it. But this is the world that I just tried it in a minute ago. I can show you as well, but where did I come up from? Where did I try it? Did I do it here? Where did I do it? I'll do it again in a new location. I'm just trying to see where I did it. Is this one that didn't have it, or did this have it? Oh, yeah, this had it. So like this is how it works. So basically, the way they had so many diamonds so quickly is you find a clay patch that looks like this. So it's like a little like starfish pattern, and you can do it in rivers. And when you find a clay patch that looks like this, if you go 6 blocks to the south, which the sun is there, so that's the east. So this is the south. And you go 6 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you dig down, you'll find diamonds. Like when I was like looking here, I just tried it in survival, and this is my first trying it. It's not every time, but it's pretty much every time. And there's diamonds. It was 1 block to the left, but so it's 6 blocks to the south. That's what they did. I know it works on our servers, and I just tried it in survival, and it just randomly works. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think it works every time. I don't think it's supposed to work every time. I think it's like a percentage thing. I think even on his comment, he said like 80% or something. But the guy who found the glitch says it's patched to 1.18. But as far as I can see, and as far as they showed me, because I was also calling bullshit originally when they did it, it's not patched, and you can still do it. So you can try it yourself. And it's not every time, but if you just find it, all I did just right now to test it was I just logged into a random single player world, did locate biome river, teleported to the river, and then found a patch that looked like that, which is right here, and then just dug down 6 blocks to the south. It won't work on every clay patch. Like I tried this clay patch and it didn't work, but this isn't the right pattern. Like it needs to be like the starfish pattern. Let me see if there's another one here. And I don't think it works every time, even on the starfish pattern, but it does work all the time. There's a little trick to find diamonds. Really. Yes, like I don't know. I don't think this works because there's multiple to the side there, but try it. Actually, I don't know if I want to try it because it's going to look like an idiot because I don't think it'll work because there's no not the right pattern. It has to be just that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's no more in this river. But anyway, so that's what the hunters did. It works on our servers, and this is a random single player world. And I mean, I only tried on 2 different spots, and one of them wasn't even the right pattern. This was the right pattern, and it worked. So I'm assuming it works. So you guys can try it yourself. Anyway, there is that. Go back to video. Anyway, so that's how they got their diamonds. There you go. He explains it. That's another thing as well, is that and it's something that I'm sure people have noticed, but no one's really like pointed it out. But I'm sure people have noticed, is that I've like instructed them, and we've just kind of agreed together that we should not say anything in the Manhunt videos that implies that implies the rules unless you have to. I don't know if does that make sense? So like if I'm in the Nether and I have to go back to my original portal because that's a Manhunt rule. I have to go back to my original portal. I'm not going to be like, I just can't make a portal here. I have to go back to my original portal because of the rules. Like, unless it doesn't make any sense why I'm going back to the original portal because they're trapping it and the viewers will be confused, then like you can mention it. But generally it's just dumb to say, whatever, because it's just confusing. That's everything for the videos is like, you want to have the widest audience possible be able to watch your videos without being confused. And so it's the same thing with like, if we're recording a bunch and then in one of them, let's say what's a good example? What's an example? I do like the crystal trap that I did originally. Like I do that to them, and then it's but then like in that Manhunt I'm dead or something. And so then the next when we're recording like later, I do that again, and they're reacting like they're saying like they just have a bad reaction, like, guys, he's doing this again. That's confusing to the viewer. Like that doesn't make sense. Why the viewer hasn't seen this before? We have, but the viewer hasn't. So we're gonna make it look like it's the first time that we're seeing it. But it'd be dumb if we're just like faking it. So I'd rather just take old. Makes sense. But anyway, so that's a little bit of a thing too. They're both kind of related. It's just generally all to make it so that people have the most understanding. Anyway, so Sapnap's coming up to me. Obviously I have no sprint. He doesn't know my health. He doesn't know my inventory. He obviously just saw I placed an obsidian. He saw I looted stuff. He doesn't know what I have. He just knows that I'm out of hunger. So he goes up higher. Oh yeah, and people commented on the deep slate. I have no idea about that. Basically, this is I think I commented on Reddit, but this is deep slate, and this isn't like cobbled deep slate. And Sam got these blocks and tossed them to Sapnap. So I assumed just none of us even noticed it when this was happening, but I assumed he probably just had silk touch or something. So.
Down there, he's just gonna hit me off. Oh, he's going back. He's moving. Wait, what? Oh,
all right. Just come kill me. Knock me down. I'm literally one hit. I'm trying to convince him. I just want. This is what. Obviously, at this point, I'm thinking in my head like I'm just dead. Like I'm pretty much dead. The only way I was thinking I could get it, I could win or get away, is by knocking Sapnap down. And then somehow getting down, so like jumping down and like placing I would maybe collect a dirt block or something and jump down my tower, place a dirt block, fall like 10 blocks, then place another dirt block, then fall 5 blocks or something, and barely live at the bottom and grab his stuff and then hope that I can kill them or fight them or whatever. That was my hope. My hope was that maybe I have nothing. Either he dies and I get his stuff, or he doesn't die and I die. And so I was just sitting here waiting for something to happen. And he's out saying like, oh, I'm not gonna jump after him because what if he's lying? Which, to be fair, like the odds are if he jumped down here, he'd kill me. Like the odds are if he were to jump down here, he'd kill me. He'd probably die too, unless he MLG waters. But he'd probably kill me. But if he doesn't kill me, right now they all have full diamond. The only way that I kill them is if one of them dies of fall damage, I get their stuff and then I fight them. That is the only way that I could possibly, like in this situation, do anything. And so in his mind, he's like, I'm not going to jump down and fight him because even if let's say he hits me, and I still live because I wasn't on this low. He doesn't know how low I am. And then he falls and he dies and somehow I get his stuff. Then obviously they'd be screwed, or at least they'd think they'd be screwed, but probably not in this situation when I have no hunger and no health. But, or let's say he jumps, he misses his hit and then he dies. Then that's the same exact scenario. Or let's say he jumps and then I guess he doesn't miss his hit, or no, he misses his hit and then he falls and MLG waters and he's just at the bottom. So it's like there's not really, in this situation, there's not really much you can do that isn't at least a little bit risky. But yeah, he could have, or maybe in this situation, in hindsight, knowing my health, he could have done something. But anyway, so what happens here is Sapnap says, all right, guys, I'm not going to jump down. It's hard to, after watching, I'm like, okay, it's kind of hard to tell what's happening here because of the audio and the music. But this is what happens. Sapnap's like, all right, guys, I'm not going to jump down and fight him. Otherwise I might fall, die, lose my diamond armor, and he somehow wins. Or let's say he falls on a cactus and his diamond armor just like breaks, dies to the cactus. He loses all his stuff. Like he could somehow screw himself by dying. So he says, guys, I'm not going to jump and fight him unless you guys flood the bottom with water. Now, that sounds dumb because, I have, full, I don't have any way down. And if you place water at the bottom, then I could just jump down. But I have no sprint, and he knows I have no sprint. So if I jump down into water that's flooding the bottom, I'm screwed. They all have diamond armor. They just kill me. I can't even run away. And I'll be like waddling in water, like I'm like a literal duck. So obviously he knows, okay, if we flood the bottom, then it's screwy. So he tells them, flood the bottom. They don't have 2 buckets. Well, they have 2 buckets, but they don't have 2 water buckets. And so Sam has a bucket, and I think Ant has an empty bucket, and Sam has an extra non-water bucket. And so Sam says, okay, here, take my bucket, George. George and Ant both go to run to that water over there to fill up their water. And then Sam is breaking a block, I think like here, or something. I'll show it. But I think he's breaking a block here to build a 2x2 to make an infinite water source, which you need 2 blocks for. And when he breaks it, I'll show you. This whole thing like collapses on him. And it just happened like literally right when Sapnap drops his bucket. This happens. And so Sam's like falling into a cave because of collapsed sand. Ant and George are over going to get water. And the reason Sapnap dropped his bucket was because he went, oh, you need an extra water bucket to flood the bottom. Here, just take my bucket. You'll have 2. You can flood the bottom with 2 buckets. So that's what happened. That's basically the whole entire scenario. So it seems like kind of ridiculous, but when you actually break it down, it makes sense. But it's one of the things as well. It's like, why'd you not think he was going to jump out of the tower, grab your bucket, MLG with the bucket, grab your food, eat your food, and then run away? It's like, you're not going to, Sapnap in that scenario is not going to be thinking that many steps ahead. Like, he's just thinking, oh, he's dead. If we place water all over the bottom, then he's dead. Like, Dream is dead because I can jump down, knock him down. He's not going to kill me with a stick. I have diamond armor. And then even if we both fall and we land in the water, then we're fine. But here, so you hear George say, even if he jumps down, he'll still be in the water. And so he says that because he's saying, even if I jump down, I'm in the water and I'm dead. That's what George says. So you see Sam drop George a bucket. And then Ant said, I have an empty bucket. And then he says, go fill them up. There's water literally right there. I'm still just like kind of monitoring what's happening. And then Sam says, I'll make an infinite water source. He runs over this way. Watch. He breaks the block. When I look back, so he says, I'll show in the next clip. He says, "Wait, Sam, just take my bucket," and throws it down. I see that he throws it, and I just realized, I'm like, oh shit, this is my only hope. So I walk off. But look at this. You see this entire like cave ravine that wasn't here before? This was not here before, but now it's all there. Sam fell into it when making the thing. Like, watch, look, it's not there. This whole thing here is not here, and this is sometimes the luck you need in a manhunt in order to survive. Sometimes you need a cave that's hidden below that when you break sand makes the hunters fall into it to give you time to eat some fish. But so it's not there. He's breaking like a 2x2. Sam reacts and he falls into this like giant pit that opened up because the sand all fell as he broke it. And then obviously I get the bucket. I knew that they were cooking something in the furnace, so I checked it. I saw there was fish. I grabbed it. I didn't bother grabbing the uncooked fish. So I go. And then obviously Sapnap's just like whatever. Now I cut out the audio from the next part. Well, I didn't cut it out. Like I cut out the clip, but like in between here and here, or in between this cut and this cut, so someone goes, I threw my bucket, and Sam is just like digging into him, and I cut it out. I was like, oh, I don't know if Sam would want me to leave this in, because Sam was like, you idiot, why would you drop your bucket, blah 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 blah. And I cut that part out, and it just cuts to me going, oh my god, blah blah blah. But anyway, no way. Yeah, it's kind of funny. But all the years of Sapnap's just like old time, buddy. I say just like old times because Sapnap and I, there's a server called MCPVP, and me and George too. But that was like a common like MLG pro trick back in the day. It was like you would drop it to yourself, but sometimes you would drop it to each other. And there's a clip out there from like 3 years ago of me and Sapnap doing that on a stream. But anyway. Oh my god. Oh, ruin portal. I can't jump. Yeah, I get that ruin portal, which gives me some carrots. I cut out me being absolute trash here, but in the actual clip, I like I cut right here because I like take like a minute. I mean, not a minute, but I take like 10 seconds to grab this damn hoe. And that's why it's not like in my hotbar and it's up here. Cause like my shift button like wasn't working or something. And I'm like trying to shift click it. I'm like, come on, they're right behind me. Come on. But anyway, I cut it out. So I'm revealing a little bit of the memory. Sometimes I cut out a little bit of things that make me look bad. You know, gotta play up your skills a little bit. Yeah, they're chasing me here. Use the water to slow him down. Because I rolled him. They did. Use the hoe to get a. Insane. That was actually crazy. Oops. So here I saw the temple, and I've had like a plan for a long time before to try and use a temple in some way for like a trap or to kill them or something. But I would rarely see temples. And then even when I did see, I'd rarely see temples. But even when I did see temples, it wasn't like a situation where I could kill them. Usually I was going to the stronghold, or I was like swimming away from them or something. So there wasn't really like anything I could do. But in this case, I was like, I don't actually need to trap them and kill them. I just need like time. I need time to do something. So, so I decided, I'll go into it. I have my bucket, so I know I can do the bucket glitch. I swim in. I'm just hoping I was hoping this guy wouldn't like kill me because they do a lot of damage. But I go in. I spam my bucket for like air. I eat, and then like Savannah goes on like this epic speech. I think he's like trying. I think he didn't, because he dropped the bucket before and he felt kind of like responsible for it. He was like, all right. And he's like made this like epic speech. He's like, guys, every time we get to this point, we're like, we have a big advantage. Dream does something stupid. He runs into a cave and we decide, oh, let's just get iron now because he's in the cave, or let's just not follow him because, you know, he's in this like random location. And then they go, yeah, exclamation point claim isn't a thing, guys. Anyway, so then he's like, guys, we have full diamond. Like, he's down there. He's gonna like find some way to dig underground or get away and, you know, like meme us. So we need to go. And then, so they end up coming in because of that.
Every time we get this massive advantage, he gets away because we don't want to chase him in somewhere, something dumb, and then he gets resources and somehow beats us. We need to go in now. Come on, let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay.
And that usually it is true that it is smarter for them to follow me, but in this case it wasn't. But I saw all their names in, and I was like, I can meme them. I can like just block off the entrance. I don't think there's a second like door.
Okay. Where is he? Everyone just eat. How is he not drowning?
So I block it off. Hay bales like are really quick to break, but underwater they're slow to break, and when you have mining fatigue 3, they're like impossible to break. So. It's so funny because I thought, hearing this from my perspective, that George was like actually dying. Like, and then we have his perspective. He has like almost full bubbles, and he's like screaming at Sapnap to move because he's gonna die. Like, how is he gonna die? He's almost on full bubbles. Like, what is he doing? He's a drama queen. Yeah. Oh my god, that was awesome.
No, we're gonna have to break a door. I'm breaking this door.
Yeah, that bought me some time. It didn't actually buy me that much time. Like, it's cut a little bit, so it like seems like it did. It bought me just enough time. I mean, I grabbed a like underwater ocean ruin, or no, I got like a shipwreck or whatever, and I got some iron, and then I was able to get some jungle wood, and I got the jungle saplings here, hoping that I could use them later to escape, which I did. But it's actually funny, I didn't end up using these. I accidentally threw these ones out when I was like clearing my inventory of junk at some point. So I had to get more like later on, which I'll show you guys. But yeah, I don't know if anyone like noticed that, but I did get the jungle saplings here. And then later on, I was like, are you kidding me? I like checked my inventory and I was like, you're joking. I threw out my flipping whatever.
Move, son, move. I did it. I got. Go.
They're chasing me here.
Oh my god. I'm here. Just stay on it. I'm going. We got this.
I decided, I can just go in an underwater cave. I have the bucket still. Probably better.
Where is he? He's in the cave. He's like down in there. How is he? I'm not drowning. What?
Sam decided to chase me down. And he died because I hit him a couple times, but then he just was. When you're drowning, you take like 1 heart of damage like every second. Like, it's ridiculous. And so I'm gonna go break out to get his stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm in water. I'm gonna drown. I need to like pick up the water. I pick up the water, and as I'm like about to go break it again, Saturn goes, I got the loot. I got the loot. I got the loot. Like about Sam's loot, which was like almost full diamond. Which if I had gotten that, that would have like changed the entire manhunt because I would have been like way more aggressive. I would have been able to fight them actually. But he didn't get it. And I was like, oh damn it. So I turn around and I just like I dig away. But it's dumb because he didn't even have it.
Wait, good job.
And,
I was gonna get it.
and then he like reveals he's like wait George, you need to get Sam's loot. You need to get Sam's loot. It's somewhere down there. Like and then like after I was already far away. Then I was like, what? Like I got debated.
Oh, I'm all the way over there.
Yeah, but how did he go from here?
Well, this is
Oh,
very
there's a
efficient.
cave right. Need some iron. Grab some iron if you see it.
Yeah, and here I saw this lava and I was like, I might as well make a lava lava portal. I might as well make a nether portal because I don't know when I'll find another lava pool that's like big enough, and I could always come back to it. And I thought if I just get the achievement now, then they won't know when I enter the nether like later on. They might not notice right away and everything. So
Question, Mr.
This
Halo.
way.
This way?
This way, yes.
I made a portal.
I see you over there.
Wait, Dream went to
This
another.
He's went to the.
Dang it.
I don't even know where his portal would be.
If there was like a fortress right there or something, I might have stayed in the nether, gotten the things, then hopped out like really quickly, but probably not. Anyway, so I go around. The way the compass works is that when you click your compass, it updates the other player's location. And so when I go to the nether, the location that shows on their compass is the last time that they clicked their compass to track me. And if they click it after I enter the nether, then it will tell them that there's no players to track and it like removes that location. So basically, after I enter the nether, if they were to click their compass and I was in the nether, they lose the last place I was. So basically, when they thought I went to the nether and they had no reason to believe that I just went to the nether and then came right back out instantly, they're not clicking their compass because if they click their compass, they lose where I was. And then they have no way of getting to my portal or finding where my portal was. But if they clicked the compass and if they did click the compass though, they would have seen that I was not in the nether. But they didn't, but they never clicked the compass because they had no reason to, because they thought I was in the nether and it doesn't do anything if I'm in the nether. So that's why this whole sequence I'm like running around and they're not, they just like, they're walking right by me and they don't even realize that I'm here.
Come up. There's a crafting.
And I knew that, so I was taking advantage of it. I fully knew that this is what they thought I was in the nether. So I was like, all right, even if I was mining and stuff because they weren't, even if they heard me, like there's 5 of them and they're all running around. Like they think it's someone else. Like, they're not going to be like, oh, Dream must not be in the nether.
He might have come. Look for a portal.
Let's try and make our
I'm
own
looking.
like,
There's
portal.
and we'll start making a portal here.
We'll just make a portal, yeah.
Oh, fudge. Oh my goodness, I almost fell in. Here, go up and get it.
I'm gonna try and get this piece of lava in.
Actually,
Okay.
wait, how do we get it? Yeah. No.
He might.
If it's
But yeah. Anyway, so they're just kind of running around me and I'm just sneaking in there and I'm just I'll smelt my iron and whatever.
Thank you.
So I just smelt my iron. I smelt some gold for trading.
Wait, I see.
No.
And then I'm just like, all right, I don't want to go in the nether down here because it'll probably link. I was like, at this point, I was like, all right, I want to go to the nether now, but I don't want to go to the nether down here because if I go to the nether down here, then if they make a portal, it'll link up to their, if they make a portal, I'll link up to their portal or they'll link up to my portal. And so if I go far enough away, then it'll be like a new portal link. And so their portal won't link to mine. That's why I left.
2x2.
So I,
Okay, so we.
and then they went to the nether. And then because when they're in the nether, like I said, if you try and track somebody and they're not in the dimension that you're in, it tells you no players to track. And so because it says no players to track, they'll know. And so when they entered the nether and it said no players to track, when they tried to track me, they were like, they realized, oh shit, what? He's not in the nether. What? And so then Sapnap starts yelling. He's like, guys, he's not in the nether.
He's in the nether. What do you? Oh my God, he's not in the nether. You can't track.
Did he
No
go
players to
back
track.
through?
No
He
players
went
to
back.
track.
So he's saying no players to track because that's exactly what it says. It says, quote, no players to track if you can't track.
He didn't leave anywhere.
Go
There's
through
no way he
his-
could have
go through
left.
his
I'm
portal.
going through Yeah, his go portal. through his portal. Go through his portal. Yeah.
The whole time I wasn't there.
The
The entire time I wasn't there.
Wait, we just wasted so
Wait,
much
how long
time.
has it been
Gosh.
since he went to the nether? I'm digging.
And so I saw this ruined portal, and I remember like noting that I could complete it. I was like, I could possibly complete this portal. And so that's why I think I grabbed
Are you not supposed to? Use
I think I grabbed the obsidian there, or maybe I grab it after. I don't remember. I think I grabbed the 1 obsidian there, so I should have 3 now.
Yeah, you
Flush
need
it
to
out.
flush it out. Yeah.
That's one.
This is where I got the punch book. And then, yeah, I have 3 obsidian. There was an obsidian next to the portal, the ruin portal that I grabbed. But I thought the reason I ran off into the desert is because I literally thought I want to find a desert temple. I wanted to get TNT. So I thought TNT in the Nether is really useful and just throughout the game. And so I was like, huh, I could grab it before I head in.
Fine.
And I ended up finding a desert temple because usually in deserts there's like desert temples everywhere.
Let's like kill a dream or whatever.
I guess.
But then they were following me, and so I decided not to go back to that portal. And I was like, I'll just find another one. It'll be easy enough. Which I regret. I probably should have gone back. But then maybe they would have. They were pretty close behind me at this point, so they probably would have been there. So maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was best to.
Your reign of anarchy has come to an end.
George and Sapnap were both so dumb in this manhunt, like with the things they would say. And then obviously they're here. I cut out when they saw me. It's like you just hear George say, "Pirates, roll out," or whatever. Because when they saw me, it was just like I think all of them were screaming at once. Like it was like it was pure chaos. I was like, okay, this is. I'd rather not like, I don't know, destroy people's eardrums. I'd rather just have them say, "Pirates, roll out," and they're right there. And I was like, hopefully people aren't confused and are like, how did they get there? When they saw me, they're like, "He's there!" And then you just hear like everybody at once just screaming their head off. I'm like, all right, okay, well I'm just gonna cut that. That's not fun.
Get in, swimming like a little seal. Right there, get him, George. Keep going down the river. Keep going down. Wait, he stayed?
I thought I was dead here. I was like, oh god. And then here I like panic placed this water.
We got him. He's screw us.
Alright, because I crit him. There's a ruin portal. Just placed a thingy.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know where everyone was. Sana was just here like fighting me by himself. I think they didn't see us going down into the thing.
I'm right here.
And then George went to go loot the ruined portal that I already looted.
I'm fighting.
Nice, Sapnap!
Did you go in the ravine?
Wait, I see
Yeah, he went down.
I see him. They're this way.
Over here.
Oh yeah, dream.
And then he has this evil laugh.
Golden apples.
Oh my gosh, don't die, Simon.
Come here, dream.
So evil.
Yes, he got hung up on Dream's tower.
This part, I don't think you guys realize sometimes how much was cut out. Like this manhunt was so long. Like it was so long. Like this part, from this cut to this cut, like from this cut to this cut
Up again.
is like a couple minutes, probably like 5 minutes or something. Like that's like a 5-minute cut. And it's like in 1 second. You guys don't even realize that. But like I towered up. I was, what's it called? Like cooking all my food, and then like you see my tower up here because like Sadnap tried to come up and he tried to TNT cannon me initially, and like his first I think 2 TNT cannons did nothing. Like they did absolutely nothing. Like they just completely flopped. And so I'm sitting up here cooking, and then Sadnap he hadn't done it yet, but after this he does TNT cannons.
Flint and steel?
It's not gonna work.
Look, he's towering.
No, watch this.
I destroy their food.
Like pretty close to after you do the other one.
Yeah, like this is like his third attempt at the TNT cannon one. And the reason Sam said before, like you have to light it pretty close to when you light the other one, is because I think he like lit one before. It like didn't blow up. It like fell down to the bottom and like almost blew them up or something. And so they were like Sapnap, like be careful, you're gonna kill us. But guys, no, there's not an uncut version for this one.
Ooh, that might be good.
Bye.
Let's go.
Wait, listen to this voice crack.
Pretty close to after you do the other one. Ooh, that might be good.
Bye.
Let's go.
Like pretty close to after you do the other one. Ooh, that might be good.
Bye.
Let's go.
Bye. When I was editing, I thought that was the funniest thing ever. But bye. No, I jump. It's like that whole tower sequence. It seems like it was like 30 seconds of the video, but in reality, that was like 10 minutes or something. I was up there for a while. Like I was like cooking. I was deciding what to do. I had no idea I was like kind of stranded up in this tower. I cooked all my food. I tried to TNT them. He shot TNT at me a couple times. I tried to like jump over. I tried to shoot him off a couple times. I think I did.
Where?
I get good hits on Ant here. Like Ant was definitely like really low because he didn't even have leggings. I don't think he was definitely really low at this point. But
Where you going, dream? I'll end this once and for all.
I'm with you. Boom.
This is it. The hit that
That was actually a tough jump. Like that's what saved me, because if that I guess if there wasn't like a jump there to do, like I probably would be dead. Like the fact that there was like a long jump here, I was able to do it and they weren't able to follow me. So I had time to eat. So that worked.
Make a boat.
Wow, the boats are really saving time.
Boat didn't save time. Wow.
Dream's like obsessed with water, this manhunt.
Get the
Oh,
boat.
I hit him again?
I was in the water a lot.
He's got to be low.
Here I got lucky that Sam turns around and breaks his boat here
Go Sam.
because I was on 1 heart. It's so funny because after that, like I cut it out, but it's like right after this, I like laugh and I'm like, I was on half a heart. You stopped and got your boat. And then George, I forgot what George said exactly. I think he said something like, I was gonna say, Sam, leave your boat. We'll grab it. But it was like too late because Sam was just ahead. But
You got him. You got him.
I got a nice crit. I got a nice
No,
crit.
he's got the boat.
and Sapnaf's in my boat. This is kind of funny.
I just don't know what I'm supposed to do. This is frustrating.
Like here, I just saw that there was like a bunch of floating sand, and so I thought, oh, I'll just jump across it, place a block, and
No.
make it fall.
You're right. No.
That was good.
So he already passed?
We got this.
How is he so fast?
Get him.
It's a cave. He's like going way.
This was just a stall. I just went in the cave, and I thought, oh, I'll place some TNT behind me. They're trying to follow me, so if there's TNT in their way, then it's gonna be tough.
George, watch out!
Careful.
Yeah. So this was just a stall. So I stalled, and then I was able to get back to the portal because of it.
There's a portal. There's a portal. Get over here. He's literally.
I just mine into the wall. I thought I'll try and TNT them because I'm above them. This is pretty standard stuff. Pretty simple stuff.
Oh, I heard something.
They look away. They're just memeing in chat. They see me, chasing after me. I think this TNT was good. I realized, oh, they're just gonna keep following me, but if I like blow up the path behind me and they have to like back off, that gives me enough time to get across this whole lava without having to like speed bridge massively or anything. That was good.
Funny. Oh no. Nothing.
Come here, Dream.
George did that. I mentioned it in the manhunt, but like before the last time, I think it was the very last manhunt. George went like, oh, and then like laughed, and I was like, what? And he's like, nothing. And it was because he saw the fortress. And so this time when he did that, and he was like, uh-oh. I was like, wait. I mean, the fortress, like I was just looking that way, and so maybe he thought I saw the fortress, but I didn't see the fortress.
Last time you did that, after the video, you told me you saw the fortress.
So I just moved left because I'm like, maybe it's over here, and then I see it.
I was right. You're an idiot, George. You're an idiot. You're like a
I think George has fog off. George has fog off, I think, and I don't have fog off. I think because when you have fog off, you can see like a lot further, and so I think he has that. That I've said in chat. He's in the UK. He's not in the UK yet.
Ooh, that was clean.
Let's go.
How did that hit?
This was pretty standard.
Wait, what?
I didn't block in time there. I thought I did. George runs to get saved by Sapnap. Stay away from him! I swear he's like a little attack dog. But yeah, fight was kind of cool. Just fighting. This is all very standard. Running. This was close. This was a close call. Those blocks right there. Oh, that saved me from not getting like fully charged attacked. And like Sam, here, you can't really tell, but Sam's like right behind me. And so Sam's like chasing right behind me, and then I'm running this way, and then Sam comes out of this corridor, and I'm like, you're kidding me. They're just coming from everywhere on this damn fortress. Like, where the hell do I go? And so I just turned like, and go the opposite way. But like, so Sam was behind me, and I was on the other side, and I was like, you're kidding me. Like, what the hell? I have nowhere to go. Watch this. That's crazy.
God.
I get saved here. So skeletons do 1 heart. I didn't block in time. So this skeleton shot me. And then I unblock because I thought the skeleton shot me. This skeleton is aiming at me. Aiming at me to shoot me. This skeleton walked in front of it and got shot. I would have been dead. I would have been dead. It's such an epic edit. And this skeleton, luckily I did block in time, but I cook food, pretty standard stuff. I just had no, this whole manhunt I had no food. It's because I was underground a lot of the manhunt. If I wasn't underground, I would have been able to kill animals, but I spent like almost no time on the surface. I should have ate in here. I should have just ate. I just realized like I saw that they were all like right they were all like right here and I'm on half a heart. And I was like, this is my only chance to like get out right now. And I saw I could jump here and then run along. And I was like, I just want to dig into the ground is what I was thinking. And so I just, before they can all like come over, I just book it and get in the wall. I'm just trying to get Blaze. This part's crazy. Like I really wanted this Blaze rod. This was very dumb of me, but I really wanted this Blaze rod. Like ants on fire. Obviously I kill that. So I see the blaze rod on the floor. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna grab the blaze rod. Obviously they think I'm like attacking them, so they're like, they have their shields up, like ready to fight me. Obviously, but then I'm just like, all right, thank you for the blaze rod. I'm getting out of here. I'm mining up, and then obviously they have no expectation that I'm like gonna jump down, I guess. And I didn't mean to jump down. I meant to run along this corridor, like back down my corridor, but I fall down, like right. Right next to them, and I'm on 1 heart. Ant's right here, like not even looking. Obviously, they're like trying to go up to where I am. He's holding his compass, like, where's his compass? Where is he gonna go? And of course, Sapnap's right here. Like I took like a giant breath here, and then like right after this, I take another giant breath. I think that the best thing here is that like shields. I think shields is what saves you in a lot of these situations because like Sapnap, who's a good PvPer in this situation, sees me like jumping. Right, and he has no idea I'm on low health. Like, why would I be on 1 heart? I have no food, obviously. That's why. But like, he's not going to think I'm on 1 heart. So he's just going to think, oh, he's going to attack me, block his shield, and play smart, which is in 1.18 PvP or like 1.16 plus PvP, 1.9 plus PvP. It's smart to like wait. Like a lot of times you want to wait or like at least stall and get an opportunity to like jump around your opponent or something. And Saturn knows that because Saturn's damn good. As compared to like most people, he can beat like 99.99% of like Minecraft players in 1.18 combat. So, but anyway, so he's like, what the, and blocks his shield and then is chasing me. He's like right behind me. George comes around the corner. I want you guys to hear this noise. It's a collection of me gasping and George screaming.
Where is he? He's gone. Kill the lasers.
So mine is like, and then George just goes like, ah, like, cause he comes around the corner, not, and like George just has no expectation that I'm gonna be right there.
He's gone. Kill the lasers. Oh my goodness, kill them.
Like the most ridiculous thing ever.
Oh my god, the glass someone just killed me.
I'm gonna go look.
I don't
see him.
George gets shot. I have no food, so I'm just mining around. I'm going to go get food. People always talk about mushroom soup. You can't make mushroom soup out of these mushrooms. Like you need red and brown mushrooms, like not these red ones. You need like the normal red ones. These don't make soup. Although they should. They don't make soup. I'm just looking for food. George is on his like nether path trying to get back and dying over and over again. I get food. I did a little bit of trading, not really much though. I just got more food.
Literally where I am right now.
And then this bastion part, again, this is like 20 minutes or something, and it's cut down in like a couple minutes, like 3 minutes. So.
Never leave.
No, I'm going.
What's black and white and red all over?
Is it a penguin? With a bait buried.
This part's just dumb. Yeah, I enchanted my punch bow, but if you see, I have no saplings now. Like, I have my saplings here, and then I don't have my saplings here. I threw out my saplings. I threw them out. I don't know why.
I see.
Look, they're down on the floor. Why did I throw out my saplings? No, I didn't even realize until like way later.
Oh, Dream, are you in there?
I'm following you.
Oh, Dream.
But anyway, so something I mentioned here is that something I use a lot is the fact that their compass, again, they have to click their compass to update their compass, or just actually like pay attention to their compass. And they sometimes they don't do that at like opportune moments. Like in this case, they're tracking me to a bastion. They know I'm trading in a bastion. They get to it, right? And then they don't see me yet. But at that point, I realized, look, because Bad got the achievement, I realized, oh, they're in, like they just got to the, like they're just all getting to the bastion. So they're gonna, like when they're trying to get into the bastion, they're not gonna pay attention to their compass. Like they're just not going to. But they're gonna pay attention to their compass before they get there because they're trying to find it. And they're going to pay attention to their compass after they're inside of it to try and find where I am in it. But like the time period, the 30 seconds where they're entering the bastion, they're not going to pay attention to their compass because they already know I'm somewhere in the bastion and they're just trying to get in. So I use that to my advantage to just run, to just leave. Like, okay, they're not going to be paying attention to their compass. And then eventually, like, look, they're not in yet. They're not in yet. Ant just got in.
Oh my goodness. Watch out for brutes.
And they're probably just now entering. Like you can see them up there, like out the edge. They're just now getting towards the middle. Now they're going to check their compass. He's running behind us because he realizes, oh, what the hell? The thing is, where is the compass pointing? He turns around and realizes it's pointing the opposite way. We just came from there. How is he behind us? And then sees. And I use that again. I'll show you in a couple of minutes, but here I'm just running. Very, very standard. Here I missed my parkour jump, and then I thought they were a lot closer to me right now than they were. I think they were a lot further, than they were. But I mean, I thought they were a lot closer than they actually were. They were like far. So so I was like, oh god, I just need to get away. I don't know where to go, and so I decided to pearl down here. It gets me to half a heart when I thought it would only get me down to 1 heart, but still, I guess that's not a big difference. I'm lucky I wasn't half heart lower. I don't know if I would have pearled then, but
Oh my god.
I'm just looking for food. Oh yeah. So I actually looked into this. So somebody mentioned that I go from here where I have 13 levels to then like the next cut I have 23. I replied on Reddit and I said that was me mining quartz because I thought it was, but it wasn't. That wasn't me mining quartz. I checked. This was me getting the achievement for entering all of the biomes. Like when you enter every single biome, you get an achievement for it and it gives you XP. So I entered the blue biome that I had never been in, I guess, and it gave me 10 levels of XP for entering it. I just cut the clip out. So I just checked the clip right before the stream because I was curious. I didn't even know you got XP for that. I just assumed because somebody said, oh, you got 10 levels of XP. That means you're cheating. I'm like, I'm just assuming I was mining through the walls. I mined quartz or something and that's how I got the level. So I'm not even going to look. But then I was like, screw it, I'll look. Cause I was like looking at my hotbar and I was like, I don't see like my pickaxe durability didn't go down like too much. And why would I mine the quartz? I usually would mine around it. So I just checked, but it was just the all biome achievement.
Yeah, I don't know why. How much it moves when you move?
I like this music change.
Is that one of you guys mining?
Like me flicking my mouse like I'm turning my head. Here I'm just thinking. As soon as I mined out, I was like, oh god, I just got to go. I have my punch bow, so my plan was to like lure them out over the lava and punch them out. But it didn't work quite as well as I hoped it would. I punched George here. Look, I can see George, and George doesn't realize that I can see him. I mine the block under him. He falls. I cut out like a clip like right after this where George is like, he's like accusing his teammates of like mining under him. He was like, so like one of you guys mined under me. One of you guys mined under me. And then they were like, it's Dream. And he's like, no, Dream couldn't have like seen where I was. And then they say you were glowing. And he goes, oh, I was glowing. So it's like when I cut like here. Oh, you hear George kind of starting to say it. But then I cut and then he says there, oh, I was glowing. Like he was like arguing with them like, guys, like why'd you break the block under me? But and then here I'm just like, I'm gonna half heart. So I'm just using a bow, I'm being ranged. People say all the time, this is the thing, I've said this so many times, so it's like I feel like a broken record saying this. People always say like, oh, why do they not just, when he's on half a heart and he has no sprint, why don't they just kill him? Because not only do they not know that I'm on half a heart, they don't know I'm on no sprint. And that's like on purpose. I'm mining around. Like you're not sprinting when you're mining around. Like how can they tell here that I have no sprint? They haven't seen me running. They just see me like bridging. Like you can't tell if I'm sprinting when I'm bridging. They don't even know if I have no sprint. They think in their minds right now, I have full health and full hunger, and I am like owning them on this bridge, placing them in lava, mining underneath them, making them fall, shooting them with a punch bow. Like they're like scared out of their mind. Like, holy cow, I'm gonna get knocked into lava. I'm gonna lose all my armor, my diamond armor I have. I've gotten lavaed already. I've gotten spleefed into lava. We're on like this 1 block pillar. Like they're just thinking like, what the hell do we do? And they're imagining, like in their mind, their like mental image of my health and everything is like, he's on full health and he has full hunger. When I'm sitting here on half a heart and no hunger. Because they don't know. You're acting like they can see. And people a lot of times as well will say like, well why do they hit you a lot when you're on like full health and they don't hit you at all when you're on low health? Like because I change what I do. Like in this situation, if I was on a full health, you don't think I'd be being super aggressive? I'd be trying to spleef them. I'd be like going around building blocks, trying to knock them off, breaking the blocks behind them, knocking them off. The only reason I'm not doing that is because I'm on half a heart and I don't want to get too close to them. So I'm trying to play it far back and like make sure I'm far enough away and shooting them with a bow and like playing it safe.
Wait, you're backed up. I'm gonna try and build around. He's doing it. He's doing the bridge thing. Slowly inch your way forward.
Like, this is the closest like that's like the only spot that they actually probably could have potentially hit me with like and done damage. Like right there is the sign was right there, but I was like shifting on like you only see like the tippy top of my head. I'm like shifting behind a block at a weird angle to him, and he's like below me. It's like I'm not even sure he probably would have missed if he had tried to hit me, but maybe he would have hit me. But his priority was I have a punch bow and he has no border around him and his shield's broken. He needs to like, get the hell out of there so I don't shoot him off. Not to try and like hit me, because even if he hits me there, wow, he does like 1 heart of damage if even.
Careful. Wait. What was that?
I was scared the TNT was gonna get me there, but it didn't. I just mine into the wall here, which because of the netherrack, it's so good to mine into the wall in the manhunts. Like you can just mine into the wall and they don't know like which direction you're going. So I just go like up or down and to the side a little bit, and then like even if they're tracking you, they have no idea if you're up or down. And so I can just go like 1 block above them and they just won't even know I'm there in the nether. That's why I feel it's weird. Like I feel safer like in this situation in the nether than I do in the overworld with like a couple half health. Because at least I know that they can't find where I am. Like now I don't like it when I'm out in the open, but I'm just like looking for food. So here is what I realize. I realize like they're kind of approaching me. I can hear them. That's one thing the hunters do that's probably bad, but it's like good for them. But they say things like, "Oh, I just entered. Guys, wait, do you see the red biome up ahead? Wait, what? Do you see this chest?" Like they say things like that, and because of that, I'm able to tell like where they are. Like I know, oh, they're kind of getting close to me because they just entered this biome that I just left, or they just went by this ruined portal that I just saw, or they went by whatever. And so obviously I see them, I hear them say things like that, and so I realize they're coming up on where I am. And so instead of bridging across this lava, I thought if I just go to the very edge of the lava and kind of hide under there, that when they track me, they're going to go to the edge of the lava lake, and the compass is still going to be pointing forward. And because the compass is still pointing forward, they're going to go, oh, he crossed the lava lake. And therefore, because he crossed the lava lake, we're going to go across lava lake. We're going to tower across it. So that's what happens. Like here, I end up going up here and like right to the edge over here. Like I kind of tower up over here and go over there and then stay like right on the edge underneath. So then they end up, bridging up to there, above me because they're following the compass, and they click it. They go, okay, he's across this lava lake. They go to go across it. They click it maybe like 45 seconds to a minute later, but by then I'm gone. I've like gone the opposite way. It's like here, Ant's here, and listen to what he says. Like it's pointing across the lake. I think he's across. And see Ant's like here, and this is like the edge of the lake is literally right above me. So he's like going to the edge, and he's not thinking, oh, he's hiding 1 block underneath me on the edge of the lava lake to make me think that he's across the lake. Like obviously he's just not thinking that. So I'm being careful about not mining and stuff.
Gone across. I'm gonna start building up across for you guys. Like,
He says he's gonna start, building. So as soon as I hear that,
yeah,
I start going.
If you come over to where I am, I'm on like the.
He says, "Come over to where I am." And I realize, okay, I need to go now. And so I let them kind of go by me because they're right here. And then I go out and I just go. I just go as quick as I can to go back to kill Hoglin. And this is like not much later. This is like maybe 10 seconds later or something.
Keep your eyes peeled.
And then he says, like, didn't we pass him? Because they're kind of realizing right now that like they're like, wait, what? Didn't we pass him? Oh, he might be, or
Under the lava lake or something.
they could say he could be like under the lava lake or something. Where was he? And so they're asking questions like, where could I have been? That we went to the edge of the lava lake. He wasn't there. Where could he have been? Was he under? And that's when they start realizing. And then they come back, and I'm long gone by then because I had food and I sprinted away. I went back to the fortress because I needed more rods, and then I got them, and so then I left.
I'm right behind you.
He brought.
Go, go. Oh my goodness.
And then I ran,
I see him.
and then I realized that I could punch bow
Wait, what?
across.
Lonely? He's eating.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
Wait, what?
And so I did that.
What?
He's like flew across.
Simple.
He's bow boosting really far.
I go through. George is here. This annoyed me because of the lag. This is what annoyed me because of the lag. He got a free crit. I was blocking my shield. He's not even moving on my screen, and he gets like this epic crit on me.
Kill him, George. Kill him.
No! He's rushing me.
And then George is running.
We're almost there. Come on.
I'm running towards the stronghold, and there's a jungle. Well, it's not actually a jungle, but it's like a mini little thing. I own George here. Like 1 hit. That's what I thought. So I was like trying to shoot him, but.
I'm coming. Oh, we see you. We see you. He's right.
And this is where I got my sapling. So I towered up. This section, I was here for like 15 minutes. It was like 15 minutes. It's like 30 seconds in this clip. Like I'm up on this tree, like breaking leaves, trying to get like saplings. I have no food. Like I don't know what they're doing. Like this whole area, I'm here for like forever. This took ages. Like I was in this area for, it might have been even more than 15 minutes. It was like 15 to 20 minutes, maybe more than that.
Surrounded. He's surrounded.
Here, wait.
Watch out, George.
I own George there.
Oh my gosh.
Like this is where I got my saplings back. So, like I was in the jungle, so I got the saplings back here. I used a hoe and I just broke leaves.
Sam, look out! Sam, look out!
You can see like trees that have leaves broken and stuff.
Be careful. Wait, he's bridging. He's like, he's
Just
towering.
Don't let him.
away.
Oh my gosh. There's a giant canyon here.
No, see this segment was kind of long too. Like I was bridging for a while,
He's trying to get to the water, right?
and then I cut it, but they placed lava like all. I went pretty close to the edge, and they placed lava all along the edge, and like they were like turning all the water to stone. So I couldn't really go down in the water there, and I thought even if I did, I'm on really low health, so I'd just be like in a boat on like 2 hearts. And I can't even sprint, so I couldn't even swim. So I thought, I'll run back. I'll quickly get in my boat. I'll go down the canyon, and then be good.
Where is he? Where is he?
So I go down. I go right back up after I stay down for a little bit. They thought I might be in the stronghold, so they came down. And then I go up to the surface because I know I need food, and I know they're down at the bottom. So I found like this epic cave to go out because I can tower up really quickly.
Yeah. Right here. Look right here.
I got food. Again, people say things like, "Why is Bad not fighting him? He's on 1 hunger bar and 2 hearts, or 1.5 hearts," because he doesn't know. He thinks I'm on full health. Maybe he knows my hunger's low, but he thinks I'm like on high health or, whatever.
Just swim.
I can't fight him.
And honestly, even if Bad fought me in this situation, I'd probably kill him. That may sound like dumb, but like I think I would probably kill him. I have even on 1.5 hearts and 4 hunger bars, I think I would kill him. Maybe not on 1 hunger bar. Maybe not. But I think on 4 hunger bars and 1.5 hearts, I would kill him. And if that sounds dumb, go watch my video where I fought everybody. And I did, by the way, I recorded another video where I think it was $1,000 to anybody who would beat me, and it was like it was the same thing where I did like the 20 YouTuber thing or whatever, or 50 YouTubers, or I don't know how many people it was. And that's not me being cocky. That's not me having an ego. It's not. It's just it's true. Bad's not like amazing at PvP, and like I just know what I'm doing. I have a lot of practice. Bad doesn't have a lot of practice. That's not. Bad is very good at the game and a lot of other aspects, but at shield combat, he would not beat me. And 9 out of 10 times, even if I had 1 heart or half a heart. Maybe half a heart, because he would just if he knew I had half a heart, then yeah. But if I had like 1 heart, he wouldn't know. But when I fought, I did a no. Let me see. Do I have the recordings on my computer? I did a recording where I think I did $1,000 or $5,000 or something to anybody who could beat me when I had no armor on and they had full diamond. And I fought all the same YouTubers I fought in the first one, and it was like 50-50. Like I won like 50. I beat in like a best of 5. I think we did. I beat 50% of the YouTubers when I had no armor and they had diamond in shield combat. I think I lost to quite a few people, but it was when I had no armor. It was good. They were good fights, but I don't remember. Let me see if I have any of the footage. I think I do. Did I do bad? No. I didn't do bad. At least I hadn't done bad yet. But yeah, I never uploaded that video, and I don't think I ever will upload that video. I think I didn't like the way it was turning out, and I was like, whatever. I'm too lazy to continue. But anyway.
I don't think I can fight him solo. Guys!
I'm coming up. Bad, just fight him. Just
I mean, have people say that's an ego thing. It's not an ego. Like me making an analysis of a friend of mine that on their PvP skills and my ability to beat them when I have fought them hundreds and hundreds of times. That's just me making an analysis of it. I think that it's not an ego thing. It's just me knowing my strengths and my weaknesses. Like if I had no shield and I had 1 heart, he would beat me every time, like 99.9% of the time. But if it was in shield axe versus axe combat, I would win. I just would.
I think he could take me.
Yeah, you're right. I can and I will.
Oh,
Bye, Bad.
Get this, guys!
I'm
Wait,
going
let's talk about this. Guys, get up. Okay,
I'm going.
He's running. He's killing cows.
Actually, this is like one of the first times in a manhunt I got attacked from behind, like because I'm usually pretty aware of like my surroundings, but here
George.
I think I'm fighting George and Bad, and I get like surprised.
Careful. Oh my goodness.
Like there, I got crit from behind, and then I was like, it messed up my crit on George as well, so I got a crit on George, but then George got hit on me. It's like instantly I'm on 3 hearts, and then I'm down to half heart. That lava was good. This honestly ended up being kind of useless, but it gave me some time. I sorted my inventory a little bit. I got some wood for blocks. Like, I mean, it wasn't bad. I saw someone do it on TikTok, a TikTok clip of it, and I thought it was cool, so I wanted to do it. But it didn't really end up doing that much. But it was good. I mean, I got some wood, and I sorted my inventory. I was able to figure out that I was past the thing, but I was able to figure out where I was. And here people are saying, why didn't I get out of the boat? This is what happened. I landed. I realized I didn't have the eye yet. And I saw Bad was blocking his shield. And I was like, okay, Bad, like they're not going to, when I'm in the boat, they're going to expect me to hop out of the boat instantly. And so it sounds dumb, but I was like, they're going to expect me to hop out of the boat instantly. So the best way for me to take no damage is to stay in the boat for a long time and then get out of the boat once they think like, oh, he's still in the boat, and then go to hit me in the boat. Cause then it teleports you when you get out of the boat. So I was like, I'll stay in the boat. I stayed and then I hopped out. And it's like, it ended up working, but a lot of people that I saw people reacting to it stuff were like, why did he stay in the boat? It was like, I just landed and I was like, okay, I misjudged about like my landing. I'm kind of like too far to get the pearl, and they're going to like crit me as soon as I hop out. And so I was like, I'll just stay in the boat. I'll stay in the boat for a little bit longer. It's a little comforting.
He got it.
Your inventory was full. Oh my god. Go. He beamed me with the water. It's kind of working.
And then the water. The water, like when you're running along like hill, like side of the hills like this, works really well.
Oh, are you
So that was like annoying them.
I like how this looks. Oh, and okay.
No, I've got one. I'm making one.
I'm just finding the stronghold. I was looking for food. I was going around looking for shipwrecks here because I needed food, and I knew that food can be in shipwrecks like carrots and stuff. Like this one didn't have anything because I had already looted it, I guess, or someone had. So I'm doing the trick to see underneath the water to find shipwrecks. I found another one. I get a bunch of food, some wheat, some carrots. Just like I drowned. I see it underwater. Dig down. I'm trying to find the portal room. I should have grabbed that helmet in hindsight. Didn't end up mattering, but. And I should have kept that rotten flesh just in case, but oh well. They find the portal room. And this whole math segment, the only reason I left it is because it was funny, but like, it was so much longer than this. Like it went on for like 3 minutes. They were like debating the math behind it. But I think it started with Savnut being like, oh, it's like a 20% chance. And then George was like, no. It's like there's 5 of us and there's 1 of him. Therefore, there's 6 people. And then Savnut was like, oh, so there's a 16.6% chance. And they're like going back and forth about it. And George's like, nah, I don't know if it's 16. I mean, but actually, when you get into the stronghold, he gets in first, so it's a little bit higher. And then he's like, yeah, and he's better than us. And so he's like, he knows how to find it. It's like he should be. They're like debating this math, like trying to figure out exactly what are the odds of them finding the portal room before me. Because they find it like every time we enter the stronghold, they find it before. But I guess it makes sense because there's 5 of them, and they just spread out and find it. So here, I find a slime, and so I realized that. So I don't know if anyone knows how slime spawning works, but slimes only spawn in swamps and certain chunks that are called slime chunks. I don't know. I don't know if they also spawn somewhere else, but I just know that they spawn in slime chunks. So when I killed this slime, I realized that this is a slime chunk. And I thought, oh, okay, there's a slime chunk here. And so I end up digging down below this to try and see if I can find a cave like around here, because there needs to be a big area for like slime to spawn. And so I end up digging down and just digging down, and then once I dig down, I end up hearing I think a slime jump. And so I mine towards it, and I find a cave. And there was slime in it, and there was creepers and skeletons. So. I decided to make a flying machine.
Look at him. He's breaking the look.
Fine, I'll get him.
All right, fine, I'll get him. I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Look at him. He's breaking the look.
Fine, I'll get him.
He's coming.
Oh my gosh.
And George calls at the front door. I tried. I like George would have been probably dead on like all these crits. Like I keep missing him. Like what? Like that's a good crit. Like that. I guess he had his shield up and I didn't see it somehow. And then this crit, that's on target, but I guess he's just like slightly out of my range. And this crit, I'm gonna land it, but Ant hits me like right before I land it. Like I just couldn't kill George. Like I was trying my absolute hardest there to kill George, and he was like saved by the bell like 3 times in a row from getting just instantly shreked. And then he breaks himself in, and of course they unleash Sapnap to come like out like a bull. I'm like, oh god, all right, I'm out of here. This full diamond Sapnap guy, he might be kind of good. I need to get out of here. But I decided I'm just gonna go back. I have a pearl. I saw how they had blocked it off, so I was like, oh, I can just pearl in probably. I run in, I pearl. It like glitches me, and I crawl in. And they're hitting my feet. This scared me because there's a cut here because this took like 5 or 6 seconds for me to load in, and I was sitting there like load, like I can't see what I'm doing. They're gonna be coming in like right after me. There's a cut there. Like I like placed this block when I was blind. I was like looking around trying to like spam place. Like, is it gonna update? Is this world gonna load? Yeah.
Make sure you out. Okay, ready? Go. He's crossing. Be careful. Don't fall.
So I shoot him off. I should have shot bad there. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure what happened was, no, this is what happened. I wanted to kill Sapnap. So I shoot George and then I realized, oh, they're going to block right now. They're going to block their shields because they realized that they realized that I shot George off, right? So I like scanned to look for Sapnap, and I see him, and I realize, oh god, he's blocking his shield. Because I knew Sapnap, like, and it's dumb, but Sapnap is just the best out of them in PvP, and he had full diamond. And so I realized, like, oh god. So people pointed this out. I saw at least one person point out, like, oh, he didn't want to like knock them off. He should have just shot them off, because then he would have, like, but he didn't want to kill him because it'd be like a better video if they didn't die. That's not why. I shot George, and I realized as soon as I shot George, I was trying to be strategic about what I was doing, which maybe I should have just shot bad. But in terms of what I thought in my mind, I was like, okay, me killing bad isn't going to do much. I mean, it would do something, but me killing full diamond Sapnap is like a massive thing. And obviously, based on what happens after this, if Sapnap had not blocked his shield there as quickly as he had, and I had turned and shot him instead of shooting someone else, that could have just instantly saved the game, like for me, if I ended up losing because of him clutching. So that was my thought process was, oh, I'm going to kill Sapnap. He's the best. He has the most armor. So I scanned for him. I saw that he was blocking his shield, and I'm like, oh god, okay, boom. So I just was like, oh god, whatever. And I just fired at Ant, and everyone was already blocking. So I kind of screwed myself there. I should have kept shooting. But I looked for Sapnap because Sapnap kind of has that. And that's the thing as well, is people that point out some like weird things that happen where like Sapnap does something weird when he's like fighting me, or Bad does something weird when he's fighting me, or like I do something weird when I'm fighting them. It's because each of us kind of have this thing. Like for me, it's like I pay attention to there's certain people, like in that case, I ended up messing up because of Sapnap. So, and it's like Sapnap did nothing, but I messed up because of Sapnap. Because of the fact that Sapnap was there and Sapnap had full diamond, it messed me up because I was thinking I need to kill Sapnap. He has full, like I was being paranoid about it. Like Sapnap's gonna wreck me. I have only iron armor. Like Sapnap and diamond armor versus me and iron armor. Sapnap's probably gonna win that. Like he's probably gonna win that fight. You know, at least 50% of the time he's gonna win that fight. And so at least I think. I haven't fought him in a while, but I'm thinking he's probably gonna win like 50% of the time. In this situation where we have like a ton of stuff and we're in the end, and so I thought, oh god, I need to kill Sapnap, and it ended up messing me up. So that's kind of the psychological thing that happens, is like you guys see Sapnap like not fighting me one-on-one and then going, you know, why is he not fighting Dream one-on-one? Because not in this scenario, but just like a random scenario. It's like, well, because he knows that he might lose that fight 99% of the time in this situation, and then he gets sent back to spawn, and he gets sent back to, you know, he has to come all the way back, and he has no armor, and you know, all of that. So it's like, it's a very normal thing to see somebody like taking a weird approach, or like a very safe and careful approach when you guys are screaming, just kill him, just kill Dream. Like you can just attack him right now when they're playing cautiously, and you're like, why are they not attacking him? Because they know I could meme them at like any point. So.
Oh my god. Hold on.
I got the internet.
Oh no,
Bye, Sapnap.
Careful. I have an axe. Does anyone have armor?
And so I built a flying machine here.
Here, it's right here.
Okay.
Someone pointed out that I didn't have firework rockets, and I commented on Reddit that like my main plan here wasn't to go and get the Elytra. My main thing was to go to the end island, and there's like a lot of stuff. Like I can get like tons of food there because there's the chorus fruit. I can get basically infinite food from getting the chorus fruit, and then also there's the diamond armor that you can get from it, and they all have diamond armor. And I thought, oh, I can get like the protection for diamond armor that they have in the towers. So my plan wasn't even really about getting the Elytra. My plan was to get the tool, the armor, the food, everything that you can actually get when you get to the end city. That's unrelated to the Elytra. The Elytra was going to be a good plus, but because they already knew about the Elytra because of the previous Manhunt, it wasn't going to do me much favors. Like the only reason I'm even so hard last time is because they were on the edge and I was able to just punch them into the void, and that wasn't going to happen again. So I was going to get the Elytra, but I wasn't going to grab the Elytra. I was going for everything else. But obviously they realized pretty quickly what I'm doing. Sapnap comes running around this pillar, like he's right there, and he sees obviously that it's going. And they told me afterwards that they had talked about before that like they like tried to strategize around like if I ever did this again, what would they do? And they couldn't really come up with anything. They just thought like, oh, like if we tried to build up and break the slime block, that was the only thing they talked about, was like if you could break the slime block, it would stop the machine. And so they thought about that, but they thought, oh, how would we break the slime block? There's not really a good way to break the slime block. So they didn't really have too much of a plan, but Sapnap knew that because they had strategized about it before. And so because Sapnap knew that you could just break the slime block, they ended up getting to this, obviously. This was pretty epic. I was glad I was able to get his perspective for this because I think it just added to it. It's just such a cool shot.
Come on, stop now.
Yes, keep going.
How close am I? How close am I?
Just keep going.
Like seeing this shot where it's like he's like over the void, towering up, trying to speed break. He just messes up here, he falls, and he's dead, and he loses full diamond as well. It's very, very ballsy. But he didn't really have. I think he realized there wasn't much else he could do. He dropped his armor because he knew he was going to probably die. Because I think again, because they had talked about it and gone over the fact that there's no other way to stop it. Like you have to break the slime block, or place like a block in front of it. Otherwise, you can't really stop the machine. The machine will just keep going. And so he's not thinking about killing me. He's realizing even if he tries to jump on the machine and kill me, I could just like knock him off or something, and it keeps going. And so he's just thinking, I just need to break the machine however I can. And so he jumps, breaks the slime block, and that stops the machine. And then at this point, I have no arrows, so I can't even shoot them off or anything. And at that point, I had no arrows. That's why I couldn't shoot him when he was towering up. So that was just annoying.
Just get back to us. Get back to us. We have your stuff.
Get ready, get ready.
Oh my god, the dragon's here. The dragon's here. Watch out.
This was just intense.
Bad.
I
Come
know,
on,
I
man,
know.
I'm stuck.
Here I was thinking I could maybe rebuild it.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm like collecting the materials and stuff.
Help him get up.
And then I realized that the slime block was gone, and I realized that's how he broke it. Like that's how he broke the machine. I don't think I had realized up to that point exactly what he had done. And I was like, oh god, I can't rebuild the machine. I don't have all the components. I didn't get extra slime. I only had 1 or 2 extra slime balls, and you need like 9 to make a block. So,
Got him right here. Here, I'm gonna
and this is just epic. Like being out here over the void is really cool.
I'm building up.
Sam, careful, he might.
So here I was thinking I could maybe build back to the tower, but this 44 blocks is gravel, and I can't like build with it. So I was like, I don't even really have that many blocks. And what I thought was if I build all the way back to the tower, then I'm gonna have no blocks and no arrows. And I'd be like screwed. Like, what am I gonna do? No blocks and no arrows. How am I even gonna break all the what's it called? The machine, like the crystals. If I have no blocks and no arrows, I'm not gonna be able to break the crystals and do anything. So I was sitting there like, oh god, I don't want to waste like all my blocks, unless I'm gonna end up like killing them. And so I decided to go higher instead of going to the side after I realized that. It's like here I'm kind of thinking about it as I'm building. I'm kind of just gauging like, oh, what do I do? And then I was like, all right, I'll use my gravel because I can go up higher with gravel. I go up high. I build out a little bit to make my tower like good.
See if you can get up.
And then the dragon's coming up, and I'm thinking like, oh god, the dragon's gonna
He's still up here.
destroy them.
Maybe the dragon will knock him first.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
What?
It's right below us. It's literally right below us.
Oh
It's
no.
circling you guys. We should probably try and get to the same height as him. That way, if it
Try and get
attacks us,
up
it'll
here,
probably hit
guys.
him too.
Be careful.
I know, I'm being careful.
Oh, the dragon's coming out. The dragon's coming out.
And then it left, and I was like, oh god.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Of course, the dragon doesn't want to be my savior. But I decided, at this point, I decided, okay, I'm just gonna tower up high, try and make him come to me. I can maybe knock him down, kill one of them or something. Or I was thinking at this point, I could jump and what's it called? Jump and like MLG water down there, and then just run down the tower. But I thought I'd stall and like have George come up because I knew George was down there somewhere. And so I thought if I stalled, George could come up and then I could jump down over there and be fine. Sam tries to pearl. I see him miss. He died. I was like, oh god, he died. He had tons of stuff. I jumped down. People got mad at me for not grabbing this chest plate. I had no time. I didn't want to get like knocked into the void. Like I'm standing here on the edge next to the void. So I'm quickly like, I'm looking at my inventory, like, what did he have? I was like scanning my inventory. I was like, okay, oh god, there's food on the ground. There's a chest plate. I'm like trying to grab the chest plate right now. And then I'm trying to see what I can drop. And then I didn't get it after dropping that furnace. And I was like, I hear somebody like towering up right here. Like I hear them placing dirt. And I was like, I just gotta go. I'm gonna get knocked in the void. So I just go up.
I'm right behind you.
And so yeah, I didn't get any of the good stuff. Well, I mean, I did, but I didn't get his armor.
We don't want to get knocked. We don't want to get knocked. Be careful, man.
Thanks for all the food, Sam.
No.
And at this point, I was kind of formulating a plan with the stuff that I got.
He's trying to fishing rod. Be careful.
Just stay crouched. Stay crouched.
They can't do
Actually,
anything.
you know what?
Except like-
Sapnap was being an idiot and
Fishing rod.
telling me to fishing rod him.
Give me like an axe or something.
But his plan was to get fishing rodded up and then knock me off, which almost worked. But
Well, what? Land it. Land it.
Yeah, you still want to be fishing rod?
He's building.
He's bridging.
making like a little shape.
And so here I'm building this shape for the TNT. At this point, I already knew what my plan was. I was thinking that if I built the TNT out, I mean not the TNT out, the bridge out like this, I could place TNT in like different spot locations because I wanted to cover their entire tower. Because I thought like I was thinking it might kill a couple of them, but I just thought like there's like where do they go? Like they're on this tower way in the air, in the like above the void. If I drop TNT in, like where do they have to go? Like they can't like jump off into the void. Like they can't jump off the tower. Like they just fall in the void. And so I was thinking that they have nowhere to go. So I thought that maybe they place water down or something, and that it would just like destroy parts of the tower. Like maybe one of the TNT would not be in the water and would destroy parts of the tower. So I kind of planned out where I was placing the TNT so it would land at different heights as well. So it didn't all land like right on the tower. It landed like next to the tower, on the tower next to it, on like both corners of the tower as well. And that's why I placed like one there, and then one on the opposite side. So that it was like the corners of the tower. It was like the right corner, the left corner, and then like the back corner. That way they had nowhere they could go except for into the void or blocking it with water or just running and leaving the tower. And so I'd kill maybe one or two of them and then I'd leave. So I thought maybe one of them would jump to like there because I knew that tower was there. But it didn't end up happening. And then here I was thinking, the problem is a lot of them are looking up. I was like, Ant was looking up at me. Sam would look up now and then. Bad was looking up now and then. I was like, I need them to not realize instantly that the TNT is coming. So people asked, why did I drop stuff? And why did I drop good stuff? Because I did drop good stuff. And that was the reason for it, is I thought, if I drop stuff on them, then they might look. But I thought if I just drop like crappy stuff, they're not going to look. They're just like, oh, he's just dropping trash, guys. Look up. But because I dropped like my anvil and I dropped like a golden enchanted pickaxe and a golden enchanted axe and I dropped like boats and sword and Eye of Ender and like good stuff, I thought, okay, they'll like look, and then they'll be in their inventory. Even if they're looking up, they'll open their inventory and that blocks like half their screen, because even my inventory is small compared to most inventory sizes, and theirs is probably like bigger. So I drop stuff. I'm kind of slowly dropping it, trying to get their attention. I hear him saying he's throwing junk at us, and then he said an anvil, and then I do the TNT, and so I did it in like 3 different locations. I kind of scouted out, and so Sapnap hears TNT, block, 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 and like looks up, and then he didn't see this TNT, but he saw the other TNT. So it's like he just looked at like the most unfortunate moment, but it's like as soon as he sees TNT, he like looks up, and then he realizes, oh shit, the TNT was right there. As soon as it was just at that point, it was too late. He's like, TNT starts to look up, and then he like saw the TNT pass him. He's like, oh no, it was there already. Ah! And just dies. I placed that TNT on like the back corner. I was like, all right, I can jump, slime block, go to the other location. Water bug clutch down here.
Oh, George! We're gonna end this how it started, me and you, buddy. Come on, guys, get back to it.
That was just epic. That was just epic. This is a perfect way to end it. So here, I'm like waiting for George to come up. Now George, he's not the best with the shield. He's better than a couple of the hunters, but in terms of like shield combat, he's okay. He's decent, But I was worried about getting knocked off because if I tried to run down to him, he could knock me off. But then when he came up here, I was like, okay, I'm better than him at shield, so I know the timing better. And so I was being cocky. I was being overly confident, and I was like, I can hit him once, clear his shield, block his hit with my shield, and knock him off before he can get a hit on me. And so I'll angle myself to the point where he just 100% gets knocked off. And he barely got me, but. So here I decide, okay, I'm gonna run at him straight, so he doesn't have a good angle on me, and he can't hit my shield. I hit him, but that's what ended up getting messed up. And he hits me, and I end up falling off, and because my shield was on repair. It was a dumb play. It didn't work out how I thought it would, because he spammed and he played smart. But yeah, my ego did hurt me there. I guess it wasn't necessarily ego, but overconfidence there, because I thought, oh, okay, I can probably. My plan just didn't work, but. And then here I was thinking like, at first I thought, oh, I can just. When I was swimming up, I wasn't that worried. Like I fell down here and I was like, oh, I can place water on the tower like above me and just swim up to it. And then as soon as I exited the water, I was like, oh shit, I'm too low. And so I opened my inventory. I'm trying to figure out like what I can do based on what I have in my inventory. I'm just like looking, I'm like, oh, I have a punch bow, I have no arrows, I have no blocks, I have my, you know, I don't have anything. So I'm kind of looking like, okay, can I like get over there? No, I can't get over there. Okay, what about from this water? No. What's my inventory? What do I have? I have dirt. No, I can't really place that anywhere. Can I reach over there? Wait, what if I place water? What if I place water over there? And then I was like, what if I like swim across and like fall and place water and then get back? Because I can't reach. I can't reach. And I was like, what if I just like jump across, place it and come back? And I was like, no, I'll just die. And then I like turn over here to look and see, could I get to this block? Like, could I maybe jump to that block somehow? And then I see the stuff here. And I was like, oh shit. And so I pull out the fishing rod, and then I thought it didn't reach. I was like, oh god, it doesn't reach. Because every time I was trying it, it wasn't reaching.
I don't know. Just put the block on. Just put the block on. I have blocks, but we can't go through that. Just go. Do it. We don't have time.
I wasn't sure if I got it, but I checked, and I did.
Get some blocks. Get some blocks.
No way! Yes! Oh my god!
Go, Satnap. Go.
Oh my gosh.
And there we go.
I see him. Yes. Go. Just kill him.
And that was epic. That's the end. I just went and killed the dragon, broke all the crystals. There was a couple of close calls with like me taking, you know, fall damage or like MLG watering because the dragon needed me. But outside of that, that was the end. There was a funny moment there. Awesome Dude fell, and the reason George laughed is because they're like, how do we get him? He's like up in the air. And then Awesome Dude was like, what if we just run at the dragon? And then the dragon like shoots us up in the air. And I only didn't include it because it didn't fit the music. But he like did it, and like it almost worked. Like he like flew, like it like flung him up, and like he like flung right by me. It's like he like flung, and you just see him go like right by the edge there and fall to his death. And he was like so close to hitting me there, and then George was just laughing because he just fell to his death. But they were trying their best to like do everything they could to stop me. Yeah. That's the end.
Go!
It's so funny too because like at the very end, Sapnap told me, because I cut out like a small part of it because I didn't like it for the end of the video. But if you notice, like a cut here, like wait, listen to Sapnap screaming no. So this is funny. Sapnap, as soon as they came back and they all had no armor and they were like trying to kill me, Sapnap just completely gave up. Like he's sitting there saying like, guys, there's literally no hope. Like he just has to fail an MLG water or we just lose. Like there's nothing we can do. We have no armor. There's no way to do anything. And then he's like, when he comes back at one point, he's like telling me, just put me out of my misery, Dream. Like just put me back out of my misery so I can just be running back again. Like I don't know where it was.
Just kill him. Just kill him.
Dream, just put me out of my misery.
So someone just says there, Dream, just put me out of my misery. Put me out of my misery. But then anyway, once I killed them, like on the second to last time, like George and Sapnap like FaceTimed. It's like they just realized like the video's over. We have no armor. There's literally nothing we can do. There's like a little there's like one health bar left. He's already like there's nothing's gonna happen. And so they're on FaceTime. And so Sapnap's like dramatically like screaming at the FaceTime going, no, like it was being such an idiot. It's like I cut out part of it because he just sounded so ridiculous. Like I was like, sound out. That just makes people are gonna be like, that's like dumb. But like if you just listen to him, you can like hear it like partly here. Just like listen to him.
5 hunters! No! No! 5! No! Let's go!
Now.
Let's go!
And then he's like, I cut out, the reason there's a cut right there and usually there wouldn't be a cut is that the next one was like so ludicrously ridiculous that like I asked him about it afterwards. I was like, when I was editing it, I was like, what were you doing? Like, why were you like screaming? And he's like, oh, I was like FaceTiming George and I was just like being over the top, like ridiculous. Like, cause he's like, he basically said like, I already knew we were screwed so long ago that it wasn't even like a new reaction. It was just like, we had already lost. Like we lost whenever we first came back and had no armor. Like the final time he did it, the one I cut out, it was like the most, I don't even know, maybe I'll post it on Twitter or something, but it was so dumb. It was like, no, like he was like, it was ridiculous. But anyway, there you go. There's the whole analysis for the final Manhunt, the Five Hunters grand finale. You know, it was a epic time. It was very fun. Yeah, I had a lot of fun recording it. I had a lot of fun editing it. I had a lot of fun watching your guys' reaction to it. It was great. And yeah, there you go. There's my, I guess, analysis of most of it. I didn't go through like literally everything, but everything that I remembered to talk about, I talked about. And yeah, there we go. All right. Well, love you guys. I will see you guys soon. That's it for this stream. Yeah. We've been working on new stuff. There's lots of new videos coming out. Got a plan coming up for this year for a lot of videos. Yeah. So obviously Sapnot's going to the UK soon, so that'll be cool. Yeah. Love you guys. Bye. Hope you enjoyed. Anyone that wants to post this on YouTube or anything, edit it up, you know, cut it up some. You can. Sure. Just use it. I don't care. There you go. Bye. Love you guys.